Hey everyone, this is Luke again, and welcome back to yet another Ninjago video to the channel today. So unfortunately, the season 14-15 debate is back again. I just recently watched Tanner's video on it, and basically, um, Lego uploaded all episodes of The Island and Seabound to their official YouTube channel, probably due in response to Cartoon Network seemingly dropping Ninjago from their lineup, which is which is very not good, honestly. Because if that's the case, then there's nowhere for the episodes to get aired, and a big problem with uploading these episodes is that they were basically region blocked, especially if you were in the United States, which I don't understand. Why would they region block basically their most popular their the show's most popular country and where most of the fans watch it from? Why would they do that, honestly? Like, I understand that a lot of these smaller countries that don't have maybe some sparse fans that don't really have great TV networks and whatnot, I understand that they have on YouTube, but honestly, you really shouldn't do that just for them. You should do that for everybody. You shouldn't do it just for a select few people. You should do it for everybody. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. But basically, they had a playlist that said season 14 Seabound, and they unintentionally basically ignited this drama once again. Um, and basically, honestly, I'm just done with this drama at this point. I'm done with the whole debate. It's really not fun to me anymore. I just want it to stop. If I'm being honest, I just want it to stop. But basically, I don't really care if you call it season 14 or season 15, or even if do what I do and just call them by their names, because that's what Tommy's doing anyway. They're just calling them by their names, so I'll just say the island, whatever. I even renamed a lot of my playlists so it says Prime Empire discussion, Master Mountain discussion, Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu discussion, just to avoid that little number-ish thing. But whoever that you want to believe, just don't be an ass to people who think otherwise. Just don't be an ass about it, because no one likes that. But basically, what I think Lego should have done with this whole Island and Seabound thing, it should have just marketed them as one season. If they are gonna say that the Island and Seabound was one season, why not market it as such? I feel like that was the kicker. Basically, you know how the Island was like it kind of felt like a standalone at first, and then just had a little bit of a cliffhanger leading up to Seabound. Yeah, that's what kind of happened. It was kind of felt like its own standalone installment, and I think that's why a lot of people are thinking it's a season. But I believe the connection it has to Seabound is why a lot of people consider the Island and Seabound to be one. And I think Brady Shoot is siding with, those people who are connecting the two together, and Tommy, of course, being neutral. So I believe that's where the confusion is lying, and it really comes down to just how Lego marketed it this season. I feel like the poor marketing with these two installments led to this drama. And it could have been avoided, and that's the worst part. It could have and should have been avoided at all costs, but no, it didn't. It wasn't, because Lego executives are too stupid to realize that. What they should have done, if I'm being honest, is just market it as one, as I said before. Like, if you remember back then, I made a video talking about why I believe Hunted should have been in two parts. And I know that I had said some stuff that doesn't really matter in the course of this video. Like, for example, because both storylines basically were worth a season's worth, and they were basically smushed together, and they were basically fighting with each other over development and screen time, which is not a good idea. And it just made things way too complicated to follow. So that's why I believe it should have been the first realm plot hunted part 1 and the resistance hunted part 2, because then it's much easier to follow. Each story gets more development, and I think hunted would have been way more liked in that case than being condensed into a mess like that. And I believe that they should have done something similar with the island and Seabound, where the island would be considered Seabound Part 1, um, even though it seems more like a prologue, if I'm being honest, but whatever. To avoid the confusion, just call it Seabound Part 1, and then the main meat of Seabound Part 2, essentially. Just, if you want to call it Seabound, fine, but you have to tell the difference between what is this and what is that, essentially. You have to tell the difference. You can't just assume they're one and the same, because they're not. You have to differentiate between what is this, what is that. And if you do that, you say, hey, this is part 1 because it follows this story, and this is part 2 because it follows that, because it follows up to what part 1 did, essentially. And that's what I think Lego should have done. But instead, they didn't, and we had to pay the consequences as a result. And like I said before, it could have been avoided, but Lego chose not to. But anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think Lego should have marketed the island Seabound way better than they did? And if you were in charge, what would you have done? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel by clicking that red subscribe button, and click on the notification bell to see every video that I will upload. And I'll see all you folks in the next video. Bye bye!